All right, we are back with another episode of Safe on Talk. I'm here with Chris as always.
What up?
And yeah, gonna be another day without Chris's video feed, and we'll talk about the reason for that. Um, we knew last week, but didn't want to say anything yet, so that's also why he didn't have a camera last week. But we'll be able to talk about that a little bit.
Bet.
Um, yeah, G4 also, they are closing down again.
Oh
After
no.
being only up at a year, so we'll talk about that. Um, Exerd and Strive had some tests, and well, Exerd had their delay-based released, and the Strive had their crossplay test. And Chris was telling me, I guess the feedback wasn't that good, but um,
Nah.
yeah, I'll have to. I'll be just learning about the state of it and how it did as we go along. We'll read some articles. So yeah, man. So yeah, let's talk about so you're leaving the college. You want to tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah. So basically, another opportunity came up for me to. First of all, I'm definitely grateful for these past almost 3 years. I came on in 2020. Literally, I came on like right when the pandemic hit. So I remember we had literally just filmed the segment on I think it was with Channel 8 or Channel 13 News about the esports program and getting going and getting up and rocking. And then the pandemic hit, and it was like, "Don't come to campus, don't touch anything, don't do this." And I was like, "What the fuck? What happened?" And that's when they was like, "Hey, man, listen, this pandemic thing hit, and the pandemic like completely put everything to a screeching halt. The to a, like a screeching halt. Everything stopped, and all the contact and all the momentum that we have built up from announcing me as the coach and starting to get players and garner attention for the program and all that kind of stuff. Like we had 3 or 4 players almost immediately once I announced being a coach. They were in my face within I think like a week and a half. So. And then when the pandemic hit, everybody just kind of fell off, did their own thing. Folks dropped out of school,
Hmm.
and they just, what I'm saying, like, it's just like it wasn't,
Yeah,
it was just
just
a, it was, oh, it's crazy.
yeah. The start was terrible timing.
Oh man, and then we finally got things back rolling and we kicked it up. And while we were able to run a bunch of successful tournaments here, I think as far as like what the program was looking to do, because Dustin, I'm the type, I wherever I'm at, I bring a lot of people with me, my entire team. And then obviously our tournaments, man, we get hundreds of players to show up and stuff like that. So we're not a quiet in the way I do things. It requires a lot. It's loud, it's noisy, it's a lot of excitement and chatter and a lot of maintenance and stuff like that, and a lot of people and a lot of moving parts. And I think the program, what they're looking for is just kind of more focused in on a smaller group and a smaller kind of like, hey, let's get 5 or 6 guys here to play some League of Legends or to play some Valorant or or at least 3 to play Rocket League. And so um, it was we had the momentum, and then things got real difficult as far as like getting people to kind of get back on board with Bryant and Stratton and stuff like that. So I think the program and what I was looking to do and how they were looking to do things, I think we had 2 different philosophies, and then it kind
Uh,
of turned into like, okay, well, let's see what other options are out there. And then I found Nirvana, which is um they're not a video game, they're a gaming themed restaurant. So like you'll be able to go there and play video games and play board games and get a drink and order food. Like it's just like it's a dope spot, bro. Like they're not finished with the build out and everything yet. They're pretty much ready. But like it is from what I've been in there a couple times, what I've seen, man, oh, it's about to be amazing. Like people are really gonna enjoy themselves. It's right there on I think it's a 50 adventure place. Um, so it's a really cool spot. Like they have like 90% tap. I mean, not tap, 90% local breweries
uh,
with the beer here. So a lot of stuff is right here in Rochester, homegrown and all that kind of stuff. And like the menu sounds amazing. And so I'm gonna be the game master over there. So basically, it's gonna be my job to like set people up with games and like kind of get them playing some games while they wait for their food to come out or after their food is done, they're done eating, whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna be over there now once they get up and rocking. And it's funny because I told you about it, but I didn't tell a lot of people. The lady who owns it, her husband owns Gearbox, so there's been like a
Yeah.
and they already have a successful restaurant in Frisco, Texas.
Yeah,
That's
and that's
doing.
what oh, did I
But
not share the screen with you when we recalled?
nope.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
So it's all good. uh, but they have a successful one out in restaurant in Frisco, Texas, and it's doing big numbers.
Yeah, I was actually
So
showing that
yeah, yeah.
on the screen
Okay,
some of this stuff.
boom. There you go. There you go.
You're
So they
like, they
got a
got
bunch
one
of
in
games
Frisco,
there.
and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I've been showing it, and I was like, oh fuck, I didn't share my screen with him.
I was like, what?
Like, yeah, man, we've been looking at
Oops, my
it.
bad.
No.
My bad. So yeah, but that's what I'm gonna be doing, man. Just setting people up with games. Even sometimes I might have to sit down and play some games with some folks. You know me. That's a dream for me.
Oh no.
Uh,
Really? Fuck that shit.
what kind of job will make me play video games with people? But anyway, so that's what I'm gonna be doing now. I'm gonna be the game master over at Nirvana, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm excited. And again, I think Bryant and Stratton, I think what they're trying to do is dope. But I think the way I go about things and do things is a lot louder and a lot more. It's a lot more moving parts to how I do things versus what the program is looking for. So I think it was just that right time to make a move and to do something different. I've been coaching here for almost 3 years, and I know we touched a lot of lives and did a lot of dope shit. So um, I, I was debating not leaving for a while. I was like, you know what? I've been here. I'm trying to get the program. Let's build this. Let's do that. We've graduated players. You know, we've done a lot of cool stuff. But it's just like, you know what? Like, why try to hold on to something when you know that you're gonna have to put your all into this next venture? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, it's a dope spot. Like, it's a lot of cool things going on. Like, they have been doing this for a while, and from what I've seen, I looked at a lot of stuff and like, their drinks and everything, and their food selection, and they get a lot of love, man. A lot of people are Diamond Bust out. That's funny.
Yeah, that's from Borderlands.
That is.
Yeah. That's funny.
I love that.
Infamous Son, yep. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
from
True
Borderlands,
comic.
it's
Yeah, it's a lot of dope shit.
Java
Love it,
Mono.
Alyssa. I like that.
Yeah, it looks cool. Do they have any like you said you don't know when they're officially gonna open? They don't have a date yet?
I don't have an exact date yet. Obviously when you build it from the ground up, you got to get all the stuff together, RG&E and the kitchen and everything. So
Yep.
for the most part, it's pretty much done. But just all the like the little small intricacies of stuff that you got to get handled. So once they get all that locked in and whatever, I'll know for sure. And obviously I'll invite everybody to come through when they have their opening date. So
Oh, absolutely. And I
and they're
actually
right behind
went
the Strong
on
Museum too. So
her Twitter, and her top post is, "Hey Rochester, we're coming for you." So this is the building. This is where
yeah,
did you say this was at? Oh,
I
it's
think it's
over by
50.
Strong, right? It's like across
Yep,
the street.
50 Adventure Place or something like that, but it's right behind Strong Museum. You can see the garage from behind the. If you stand in that area on the picture, you could look right across the street, and it's apartment complexes and everything right there. So
Nice.
there's a lot of building going on in that area. So that whole spot, eventually, I would say within the next year or so, is going to be like just popping with things to do and walk around and see and all that. So it's like them coming there and putting their spot there is actually like really, really smart. You know?
Oh, I just realized this is like what the building looks like this texture. I
Uh huh.
thought this was just like some kind of under construction covering. Then I
No,
looked
that's what
at it
they did.
closer and I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
oh no, this is like what it looks like. It looks sick.
And that little glass right there, the window is. You
Yeah.
see it's going diagonal. That's where the back bar area is. There's a bar area that's strictly for, like, they're not saying kids can't be there. Kids and families will be allowed there, obviously, but it's going to be a spot more for adults. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And there's a back bar area that's specifically for adults, and that kids can't even go in that back area too. So if just trying to grab a couple drinks for hanging with your buddies and not have to worry about a booth with a kid sitting right next to you, like they got that area covered too. So it's actually pretty smart the way they got it set up too.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be dope. It looks cool. The pictures look cool. I mean, I think this is a big deal. Like,
It sure is.
not to sound like that. And what I'm saying is obviously this place opening is a big deal, but what's also a big deal is that they serve alcohol. Because it's dumb. As much as I want to like pretend like our society isn't built around like needing alcohol for fun, it
It
fucking
is.
helps a lot. So
Helps a lot.
it's especially when you have people like trying to play board games and stuff. Like
Hmm.
like, just to loosen up and have a good time and stuff like
Right,
that. So,
right. You're not as worried and stuff like that, and you can kind of let your let your hair day hang a little bit when you get a couple drinks in you. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it's gonna come together and like the first day and all that, and just kind of kick it from there, man. It's exciting though. It's exciting to be the game master, and the way they described it and what they have. And I joined on with them because I like the vision that they have. I like how they're handling things, the way that they address the staff. You could tell it's just a lot of respect. It's not like a hey, I'm a big dog and you're fucking little. Do what I tell you. It's not a lot of that. And I always like that's the culture I try to set for AGN. So the fact that I see somebody with the big dollars and the big money come across and who could completely be pretentious and ugly and arrogant, and they come across as awesome as they do. I think that's so dope. So, um, that's just a bonus on top of what they got popping. But yeah, man, that's the move. So, today and Thursday are my last days here at the college as the head coach, and then I'm pretty much gonna be moving on to Nirvana, man, and rocking out there.
hell yeah, dude. Yeah, and then when you left Bryant, you put up a video. I watched some of it.
Mhm.
Just saying, showing appreciation to them. There's no bad blood, I'm assuming.
Nah, man,
That seemed like a genuine thank you, and just time to move on to other things.
it is. It's a dope time. I can't sit here and act like I wanted to do more, and I wish there's some things we could go back and do a little bit better. Obviously, on both ends, on my end and on their end as well. But it's a learning experience, and when you do something in esports, it's so new, and it's like there's just not really a tried and true blueprint for some of the stuff that we have going on. So it was hard to for them to get what I was saying sometimes, and I'd be like, damn, I wish I just if you could feel what I feel on the inside, and like I could just like convey it in a better way, you would understand. But so from the business aspect and like just, I'm like gamers are a little bit different than how you would normally approach recruiting and stuff like that. But it's still bad blood. It's just it didn't pan out the way that I wanted and I hoped. And
Yep.
I just think we had two different philosophies, and they wanted to do things in one manner, and I just think that um, they want things to be a little quieter, a little more controlled, a little more focused on one particular thing instead of like catering to an entire genre of games. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. So, because of that, you said also in the video there won't be a tournament in November.
No,
Do you know what you're gonna do about tournaments in the future? Because
I
this
I know
doesn't
the
look like a tournament place, obviously.
hell no.
This is a full-on restaurant. So,
It's a restaurant.
yeah.
If we ever did anything there, it realistically it would be like a Tuesday night or something like that. But it would
Yeah.
just like be like more casual than it is like, oh, it's our full on normal Saturday big dog tournament. So
Yeah, exactly.
for now, I'm just gonna we taking a break, man. Like upstate uproar took a lot out of people, a
I
lot out of
believe
our
it.
players,
Yeah.
and man, like even I didn't realize how tired I was till like a week after. I just still felt like ugh, like kind of sloshing around and drained. But I and but like since we started talking about it in February, I've been all out, full board, talking, going, meeting, talking, going, meeting up here. Hey, this email, sent there, text, email, messenger, all that. So like all this constant contact, and I had to kick it up a notch for to get as many sponsors and people involved that we did, and players and stuff. So just now that I was able to kind of take a breath and breathe a little bit, I like my body like not shut down, but my body was like, all right, sit your ass down somewhere, Chris. Like relax for a minute.
You,
So I know if I feel this way and AGN is my baby, I can only imagine how some of the team is feeling it. You know what I'm saying? It's like so I was like, let's take a break. Y'all relax. We went hard. We had an amazing event. Um and the holiday season, Dustin, like people just want to chill with their family sometimes.
yeah.
Like
If
people
there was
want
ever
to
going to be a time to take a break,
yeah.
then it would be around now too. So,
Thanksgiving and Christmas always are our lowest turnouts. And there's nothing you can do about that. People just rather be with their family. They're traveling. This is the one time they get to spend time with people that they do without, and it's supposed to be like good cheer and good feelings and food and alcohol and fun and all that kind of stuff. So I don't necessarily want to try to even take people away from that, you know. So definitely no November, most likely no December, and then January will kick off, and it's a couple spots that we can run tournaments at now. But I just want to make sure that the places that we run them at, it's first of all, it's in the best interest of AGN, and then secondly, they're not gonna mistreat the FGC when we get there. You know what I'm saying? So some people say they want you there, then they see what it takes to get you there and keep you there, and they're not interested anymore.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen um, with multiple, like in Buffalo and Syracuse, and even in the colleges and stuff like that. Like it's a lot more accepted now for esports, but back like even 5 years ago, like they had hard times renting rooms and like not being shifted to this smaller area because
Yep.
the importance of the FGC isn't as, you know what I'm saying, they like get out, yeah,
It's
just
not
go
a
do your little
priority.
gaming thing in the corner. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So I never want to put the community in a position where we're not respected and appreciated for us being there. So um I got a couple spots I'm looking at. It's actually four, to be honest. It's four I'm looking at now. And whatever ends up being the best thing, then we'll kick it back up probably late January. By then, people would have kind of got things back in order because of the holiday season and how heavy that is on people's pockets and stuff like that. So probably either late January or early February, we'll kick it back up and rock out from there.
Yeah. And I mean, you could always we could try and do a just have an online tournament for a couple games, maybe Strive.
Hmm.
I always want to run an online tournament, so I'd be totally down for helping out with that,
Let's do it.
just to get some people. I mean, everyone's local anyway, so it's not like,
Facts.
and it's delay based for some of those games like Strive, and we could play.
Hmm.
You could play DBZ now,
Yep.
um, with the rollback or delay him or yeah rollback. I keep saying delay, I mean rollback, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, yeah. So that'd be cool. Yeah, we got kind of lucky when we did Wings on Deck because I was friends with the two owners of Masons,
Yeah.
and it was on a Saturday morning ish, Saturday to early afternoon, and they had a full basement with a bar, and they didn't give a shit. Like it was just sitting there, and I
It
was
was
like, "You
awesome.
don't even have to pay me. I'll bartend. You don't have to pay me that." So I'm
Yeah.
basically just slinging his alcohol for free. Just let us fucking set up systems. But the problem
That's actually
was,
really awesome, D.
and I don't. I don't want to say this too out loud, but like it was 21 plus is technically a bar, but people
Uh-huh.
would message me and be like, "I'm 20 or I'm 19. Can I come?" And I would look at their picture. I'd be like, "Yes, but I'm telling you, I know you aren't of age. Like just obviously please don't drink." And it's cool. You know what I mean? No
Right,
one's
right,
gonna
right,
come
right.
up to you and be like, "You're not 21." So we are fine with that, but I'm sure it did obviously hamper like the crowd. Being like, "Well, I shouldn't be in there anyways. I don't really feel like going there." So that was
Okay.
kind of
I see
cool,
what
but
you're
it
saying.
was only 21 plus, so that was also a kind of a negative.
Right.
But
Right. I mean, it's good though, because sometimes you need to, like the older players and folks like that. They're not necessarily looking to compete heavy. They want to have a good time. Obviously drink some alcohol, get a couple drinks into them, and then play from there. So, Wings on Deck, I think when y'all did run it them couple times, were very successful. So even bringing that back might be a thing in the future. You know.
yeah, cool, cool. I'm gonna apologize if people see me like glancing down every once in a while, and kind of zoning out. It's because I'm a big Yankees fan and the Yankee game's on, and I'm just like kind of glancing down at my phone just to see like what's going on. So
Is it still 3-0?
it's 4-1 now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so we're still up three, but
Still got the lead.
they got the bases loaded in the third
Oh
with
shit.
2 outs. But anyway, we'll see what happens.
Let's see. Let's see.
But yeah, man, some exciting stuff going on over there. I'm excited for this place.
Yeah. I got a
Yep,
couple things I'm
end of a
trying to get
chapter.
popping. That's just one of them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
end of a chapter. So you said you were there for 2 years, almost exactly,
Almost three. Almost
almost
three.
three.
January would have made 3 years.
Dope. Yeah, so I'll keep you updated on that. As far as the show until then, we're like throwing around a couple ideas. Might have to take a break depending on, it might have to MacGyver it and maybe just like do a call in from your phone whenever you
I,
have time,
I'm cool
kind of
with it, bro.
thing.
Like
We can do
it
that.
might be
I
it won't be the same quality, but shit, we still can get our show off. So
Yeah, and ideally, because I was telling Chris, I have a bunch of extra computer parts, and not like shitty like 10 years ago parts. Like I have a GTX 1070, I have like a Ryzen 3700,
baller.
like in the closet. I'm saying like not doing anything. So what I'll probably do is, if you decide you want a computer, I'll be like just buy a case, a power supply, and like a hard drive, and just give me the case and stuff, and I'll just build that shit for you. And you'll have to get a
Yeah.
monitor. I have like a shitty ass monitor that's
Oh, I
over
got
there you
monitors.
could borrow.
Or you know how many TVs and monitors I have?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we could probably do that. And if anything, it might be, as far as the show's concerned, kind of a godsend, because then, if you do have a computer, we can do like let's plays and shit. Like, you
Yeah,
don't
man.
have to be somewhere for
Yup.
the show to happen. You can just, you can be like, I got a couple hours. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm not doing shit. It's like, all right, you want to play
Jump
something and
on.
stream it,
Hell yeah.
and that's it. So, I actually think, as far as the show's concerned, might take a hit for a couple weeks. I might have to take a break for a week or two, depending on what happens. But either way, I think in the long run, it's gonna be good for the channel and everything.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, so that's what's going on, an update with that too. But we'll keep you updated. If anything, if we don't do a show one week, but there's news, I'll stream around this time Tuesday. I'll play something, or I'll stream Tuesday night, and I'll keep you guys updated.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, all right, moving on. What's next? Um, so G4 is closing again. If anyone that doesn't know, G4 is a network that was on cable for, I think it was, I don't remember how long it was on, but I do know it was at least like 3 or 4 years. Um, it wasn't super popular because you had to pay pretty much extra for it. You had to pretty much have the package that included it through like Time Warner at the time. So it wasn't crazy popular, but I watched. Did you watch it at all? I didn't even ask you.
Watch what?
G4.
I always caught the clips because I follow them on Instagram. So like
Yeah.
I watch a lot of that stuff. And who's the gosh, what is her name? The Gina Darling, right? So
Yep.
um,
Yeah. Yeah. So she was
I
on the
definitely
newer
started being
X
a fan.
Play
I'm like, yo, like I
or
I
Attack
rock
of
with
the
that.
Show. Yep.
And Xavier Woods, like I love watching them rock out. So like I enjoyed the show, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was
Excuse me.
Xavier Woods was on X Play. Darling, I believe, was on Attack of the Show.
Yep.
Yeah. It annoys me because, well, maybe not annoys me, but it's sad because they have on. Let me see if they still have it. Pluto TV, and for anyone that doesn't like go on Pluto TV at all, I'm telling you, it's dope if you don't want to pay for cable and you just want something to watch, because all this shit's free. But they
Yep.
have a channel on here. Give me a name. Let's see if it's on here still. Yeah, G4
That's it.
Select. So they have a channel. So I was starting to catch up on um, all the X plays and Attack of the Show and everything, and was actually really enjoying getting back into G4. That
Yo,
was
I was
the
enjoying it. It was like a freaking grown up version of like the kid shows we watched in the '90s, man. I don't know. It just had that same flavor to it, you know.
oh, this is sad. Oh, so I was looking at the stuff, and it looks like after this show they're playing right now, it's the sign off or G4 Select. Sign
Yep.
off G4 Select, and then that's it.
That's
That's
whack, bro.
sad, man.
I don't get it. Like, what happened?
All right, so there's a couple things. There's Frosk, I think her name is. They think that had a lot to do. Like, I don't think this had a ton to do with it, but she did.
I saw her
Her name
tweet.
was Frosk. She came out on one of the episodes and was just like kind of went off on how, like, um how women don't get respect in the gaming industry, and there's a ton of sexism,
That's
and
facts.
it is fact. That's what I was gonna say. Nothing she said was really wrong.
Right.
It was so aggressive, and
Yeah,
then
I was gonna say that too. Like,
and
and it sucks because like maybe she didn't even feel like she was being aggressive, but like
mhm,
the way it came off, I definitely felt like, oh my goodness, like I if I had pearls, I would have clutched them when when I was
yeah.
looking at.
So what was bad was well, one of the things that I thought was kind of like ridiculous is she got a decent amount of support, and G4 did end up coming out and being like, no, we agree with her. There is sexism in the gaming industry. We do know that. Like, we
Right.
support her. And then 2 weeks after that happened, um, oops, sorry guys, you aren't seeing this screen. After this happened, and she was talking about how women aren't an object, basically. Like, she said that in
Facts. I remember
the
that.
thing. She's like, people look at women in gaming as like an object, and like, instead of people. And then they I don't remember what show it was on, but 2 weeks after she said that, they had this segment. Let me see if I can find it. Oh wow, can I really not find it that easily?
Oh man.
Amaranth Pool. See if I can just go to all. Okay.
Oh, that's not it. Mohammed in the brother pool.
G4 Network. Oh man. So anyway, I can't find it, but oh, maybe if I spell her name right. Oh, I think that's how you spell it. Amaruth. Here we go.
Got him.
Wait,
Show for them.
let me see if
People
I can
would
just
have
skim this.
assumed
This is
that
an all around story. Okay, they did this shit.
watch this, right?
This is like in kind of insulting. After she goes off on how women are an object and the sexism and stuff,
Hmm.
they do this 2 weeks later. Oh, look at that! It's Amaranth. Like, oh my
Oh
fucking
no.
god! Like, so that could be part of it. And the fact that people just were kind of losing respect, especially even though female viewership, I'm sure, is maybe 15%, 20% of what that makes up.
Right. Right.
Like,
Right. Right.
still, that's a hit that they couldn't take.
Yeah,
It's just
I
so
want to say
dumb.
they hadn't been out long enough. I think had they been deeper, that was
Yeah.
somebody trying to be cheeky, and it definitely did not go over well. You know, you
Yeah.
have to be careful when you make um those kind of comebacks, man, because you never know. Like we live in a era right now, man. Like if they want to get rid of your ass, they go
Yeah.
hard to get rid of you.
Yeah, I mean there's a decent amount of examples of people like getting too over the top about her, but then there's many examples of people where it's like, oh, people are more sensitive now. It's like you're mixing sensitivity for people that are sick of how it is and they're
Yeah,
speaking up. It doesn't make
yeah.
them sensitive. It makes them
No,
like sick of the bullshit. And
and
just
here's the
because you want it
yeah.
to
Go ahead.
change doesn't mean it's fucking cancel culture. It just means like maybe some shit needs to change to be canceled. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
mix up when people are overreacting because there's plenty of situations of that all the time, like lately. But there's also a ton of situations where it's like, no, that's not being fucking sensitive or oh, cancel culture. No, shit needs to change.
Right.
Sexism in the gaming industry needs to change, and Frost was
Absolutely.
just fed up with it. So she went a little aggressive. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't a big deal, but
No.
then they do shit like this. It's like, oh man, you had her back, and then you're so desperate to like stay at network. You do shit like this. It's like, come on, guys. Now I don't think I would have stopped watching over this, but I
Me neither.
probably would have cringed and changed it. I would have been like, this is awkward. I don't like this shit. Even though these guys are mad funny, I forget they're the guys that are on the Price show, but
Yeah.
these two guys will find another job, especially this guy.
Absolutely.
He's hilarious. So
Absolutely.
um,
I feel you, bro. Like it's a touchy subject because I literally know gamers and I can go back and find their tweets to where they're like, I know you guys want to see my tits when I game, and I'm absolutely going to do that. So because I know my viewership and I know it's going to do it. And guess what? I don't feel bad for it. I got blessed with these assets. I'm going to use them to benefit my life and whatever the case may be. I'm not mad at y'all being horny. Just be respectful and be horny. You know what I'm saying? That she literally said that
absolutely,
in her tweet. And I'm like, yo, I can respect that. You're not running from it. You're not hiding from it. You keeping it a buck. I know y'all watch me because y'all think I'm sexy. Here it is. Justin, I book birthday parties because I know, and not purposefully, but I know the moms are attracted to me because they try to flirt the entire time I'm booking a birthday party at my store.
yeah,
So, like, I know, people being attracted to is absolutely a way for you to cash in and have your money and
yeah.
stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
get it where you can. I mean,
Right. But I
they,
think in this case they fucked up because it's like y'all just you gotta show love and support for the person who just like, yo, I'm sick of being an object, in this case, and then not go right back into like this situation here. Had this happened before and then she said that, Frost said that, then I was like, okay, that would make sense. But to have it happen so quickly after, somebody decided, man, fuck that. We'll show her and then decided let's do a cheeky way of like um, you know, basically turning a woman to an object again. But I know women, and there's one particular who streams on Facebook, and she's like, I know y'all watch me because I twerk and I do that, but I'm also I'll blow you up on Call of Duty, and that's true. I watched her play Fortnite, Call of Duty. She's nice, but she also understands I have assets and I'm gonna use them.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird situation because there's women who like, no, just respect me as a gamer. Don't look at my body. Don't talk about none of that. And there's other women's like, no, I have these and I'm gonna use it. And if you don't like it, you're uncomfortable. So what? It ain't your body. Get over it. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
It's tough. It's tough. It's a really fine line to walk. And you sometimes
yeah.
when you try to walk that line, you stumble, man, and fall the wrong direction. I think that's what G4 did.
Yep, and she did get laid off. There was a bunch of layoffs, and she was
Mm.
included in it.
I'm
Um,
pretty sure she'll be okay
it's
too, though, because she's
it's
great what she does.
yeah, and there's speculation that she because of that, because of her like standing up in that in that scene that she got laid off, but a bunch of people got laid off. They weren't doing
Yeah.
that well. So,
Yeah.
so another two things. There's
So is it the viewership that like G4 like it just wasn't popping as much as we thought it
so
was?
so yeah. So there's a couple things. A lot of people. Someone came out and said that some of the people they were getting on the show as guests were paid like 30 to. Were asking for like 30 to 40,000 just for like the appearance on the show,
God
and they
damn.
were having to pay them that. And I watched something on Double Toasted last night, and they were talking about it, and they made a great point that um, there's so few like huge celebrities in the gaming world
Yeah.
that like you know what I mean, like it's either pay that or you don't have any celebrities to like
Yeah.
really you don't have a big pool to pick from. You know what I mean? Like if you're an entertainment company, I don't know, just like like you can say I have someone from the cast of Stranger Things and they could
Yeah.
just be in one episode and it's still a celebrity.
Yep.
Whereas if you say like, "Oh, I have the second executive assistant um intern from God of War," people are like, I don't
Yeah.
fucking care because
Right.
people, you know what I mean, in a video game, the people aren't in the game. Like there's voice actors and stuff, but like
Right.
you aren't
Right.
being like, "Oh, I've seen you act in the thing." It's like, you know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
less of a
Yeah. I
pool to
hear
pick
you.
from
I hear you.
of exciting people to have on. Now, I know they had
That's a good point.
they had a lot of WWE players on there.
Yeah.
It's weird how like wrestling and like video gamers like half the pro wrestlers in the world love fucking video games. So
It's wild, ain't it?
yeah, it's awesome. But so they
Well, even
think
with
that
Xavier
has a lot
Woods,
to
like
do with
up,
it.
up, down, down. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep,
that's
yep.
like their entire like they be doing drafts on his show, bro. Like they go through SmackDown and Raw, like they'll do an entire draft. Like the entire show won't be any action. It'll be just them drafting their rosters
Yeah.
to set up the action. Like I don't know what it is, but like yeah, you not lying because Seth Rollins and the Bella Twins and he's had everybody on that bitch.
Yep.
So yeah, yeah.
So I think that was it. And okay, so that leads me to the
Shit, Xavier
third
might have
thing.
been asking for 30 grand, huh?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I kept watching because Xavier Woods was on there. That's one of the reasons I was watching because Xavier Woods.
Yep. And then that leads me to the third thing that I think led to it is um they were in talks with WWE for a show called Arena.
I saw that and I was hyped for it. I was like, yo, that's about to be dope.
Yeah, and I didn't hear anything about it. I looked up a little bit last night, but apparently
I saw the clip.
that fell through recently. Yeah, let's look at the
Oh, that's
clip. Let me
whack.
look at that. So I
That's
think
whack.
that was kind of like the breaking thing.
Because it was probably like gaming, and I was like, yo, this might be on some like Nick Arcade type shit. And that's why I was like, this might be okay. I definitely want to see what these first couple episodes look like because they have my attention. They have my attention.
I don't know which one of these is.
I saw it on Instagram, so I don't know where it is.
Is it
But I
this?
saw they made like a
Or
quick
is this
little, like,
old?
yo,
This looks old.
no. That is super old.
What are they playing?
Zero Limits and
Wait, what was that? What was that?
First?
Go back. Where's it going? Damn it. How'd I fuck that up? That was weird. I want to leave that game again. Is that Tekken?
Oh, there it
Oh
is.
yeah, it's Law. Okay. Yeah, that's probably
Which
Tekken 2.
Is that? Is that
Tekken 2 or 3.
Okay, yeah.
It's probably in the comments.
I was like, it's way too smooth to be the first one. Yeah, I'm not
Tekken
surprised.
4. Damn, that's Tekken 4.
That's 4?
Dude, graphics are coming in real hot. That's 4. Damn.
Wow. How did I not even know that?
I played a shit ton of Tekken 3. I don't remember it looking worse than this. Oh, I guarantee though. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm gonna look at it like, oh yeah, okay, that's Tekken 4. Oh yeah, okay.
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
Oof.
That is not the same.
Yeah.
That is not the same.
Yeah, I remember.
So they had the same
better.
life bar for like three installments.
Yeah.
First, second, and the third one. Fourth one's when they switched it up a little bit. That's true because I have Tekken 3 at the store. So yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
And,
So yeah,
the intro's fire as hell.
Oh yeah, everything. I mean, I didn't play it competitively, but it was just fun to play through the story as each character just to see their ending movie.
Oh, it was great.
Like, you just lived for the ending movie, so.
Oh, it was great in arcade.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I never played in arcade. I just played on PlayStation.
It came through on the speaker so good, Dustin. I was like, oh my god, you felt like
some of those old school arcade machines were fucking fire.
Yo.
Like back in the days when now that arcades aren't nearly as available or as popular, having an attractive movie play in an attractive cab was
Mm-hmm.
so important,
It was
and it was
huge.
so dope. I suggest people go online and look at. There are a lot of people. I don't remember who, but like G Una or someone has a video of them like rating the cab intros and what the cabs look like, and you can go back and
Mm-hmm.
see like the older generation, and they're so flashy and they're so dope looking. Like I remember we had in our mall we had a arcade called Timeout, and I had a
Yep.
couple birthday parties there, and
Oh
at the
boy, that was my
Arnett
favorite
Mall
place.
because I'm from like Elmira and Horsehead, so at the Arnett Mall now it's called Game Over, I think, but it's still there. Surprisingly, we still got an arcade.
Is it really?
But I remember,
Now I'm jealous.
yeah, it's about the only thing in that mall left. It might even not be there. That was a year ago I saw it, but
Mm.
um, yeah, I remember seeing the Marvel vs. Capcom cab and
Mm.
seeing all the fucking cast and just it blowing my mind. Like I played the shit out of that cab. Still, I don't think I ever learned a combo, but it was just so dope to be able to play Mega Man and Spider Man on like
Oh, it was
this
crazy.
beautiful machine that was super hype, and it was
I didn't even understand what I was playing, man. I was like,
exactly,
they mixed it together. What? I
yeah,
remember that.
yeah, it was so hype. I have fond memories of that. Yeah, that was super cool. But anyway, not to get too off track. Yeah,
You sure did.
I think those are the three things that like really killed G4 is the
Damn.
overspending, the fact the guests wanted a lot and there wasn't a lot to choose from, and what was the other thing? And I think they were seriously hoping that WWE thing could bankroll them for a little bit longer, and it
Yeah.
didn't, and it
Yeah.
didn't happen.
It's
A
well, it's
couple
the
people,
WWE. They don't they never gonna give out money willingly like that. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
and a couple people commented. Let's see if I can see a picture. They were like their G4 studio was fucking probably cost a ton. In just neon alone, they were like they probably didn't have to do it this fucking big.
No,
Now it looks
when they
fucking
came back,
dope,
it felt
but it's
right,
like
right,
damn.
right.
But it's
The
like
way they
yeah, we
came
have
back, I didn't think they would be going this fast. Absolutely not. Like it looked like, oh shit, they got a fresh start. From what I saw, the viewership looked pretty similar. And so it's surprising because I was like, yo, like I remember D when it first came back, I was like, oh shit, G4's back.
yeah,
Um, and when I saw how hard they was going out with the production of it, I said, yo, they back. Okay, like y'all, okay, G4, I see you. That's what's up. So excuse me, it is definitely surprising on my end to hear like they shutting it down so fast. Um, because like look at that, man. That's crazy. Look at the
yeah,
studio. That's money. Okay, like this ain't like okay, we took a couple things and repurposed them to be like you could tell this stuff was picked out and bought and specifically made for this type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It looks amazing, but damn, that definitely cost some bread. Even when they built the gaming lounges here in Rochester, man, them shits cost an arm and a leg. And I'm like, how did y'all turn this into a $300,000 build out? This is crazy.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. So yeah, a lot of stuff it could have been. We might never know. It might
Man,
never
that
say.
sucks.
What
You
I
think they gonna come back?
think the more God, I hope so. I think the
Yeah.
only way it's possible is if they get some
Much
investor
lower budget.
that's just super just loves it so much that they want it back and they're like,
Somebody super
I'll
rich,
help
like, hey,
bankroll you.
I'll
Yeah.
bankroll it. Yeah. Yeah. You never know, man. Like a lot of people made money for that crypto boom. So
Yep, exactly.
you know,
So
it created a lot of millionaires. So it
yeah.
might be somebody like, yeah, I throw y'all 500K. And you gotta think too. What they need to do is tone it down, bring it more back down to like more podcast type. I think because look at what's the guy Greg Miller, from Up at Noon. Like they not crazy flashy. Like they just built like a new. If you see out if you go look now, like they just built a studio and they just
Oh yeah,
now,
Greg Miller. Okay. I
you know what I'm
couldn't think
saying?
of who that
Right.
was, but yeah.
Yeah. So he has a new one. I forgot what his new show is called. It's not Up at Noon anymore. Like he's got the full beard. That's how I know this is old. Like I think this is pre-cancer.
He's got
Um,
full beard.
yeah, he had like a full beard now and all that shit. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. See, so
Um
this new show that Greg has, like they just built their studio. I just saw it. It was their they made a big deal about it on Instagram, and you can see like holy shit, like this is nice. But like they took them years. Like they started it 10 years ago, and they're just now getting to where the G4 production, as far as like the way the studio looks and the lights and the flashing and the cameras and all that kind of stuff. So I think maybe G4 bit off more than they could chew early on, and they just assume if we look big time, then people will treat us big time, and then we'll be able to. The money will eventually catch up to what people think we have. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
WWE, This Is Awesome. That's his new show.
I want to say yes, but God, where is
Maybe
it?
he's got a day. Maybe he's doing 2 different shows.
Okay. His Instagram is Game Over Greggy. There we go. Okay.
First episode was Best Summer Show Moments, and this was August 8th, 2022. So this was a couple months ago. So I'm assuming this has got to be one of the newest shows, unless it got canceled already.
I don't know. I know WWE like, hey, it is what it is. No. I think Greg's show is still on. The This Is Awesome.
Oh, nice. So does he do Up at Noon anymore?
My bad. It's Kind of Funny. That's what it's called. So it's Greg Kind of Funny. That's the name of the show. So you'll see it, and they did this nice. The studio looks fucking great. They show people how they like went through it and did all that, but like, you know what I'm saying? He had a big upgrade, but it took them 10 years. Like when they first started the show, it was in a kitchen and the table almost wouldn't fit in where they had 4 of them had to sit around at the table. So I think if G4 does come back, they're gonna have to come back in a much more humble way. I don't mean that from like as far as like what they do, but like as far as like the way that they their production wise. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like their production's they gotta tone it down a bunch. And they gotta like really get some podcasts and some shows that connect with the viewers. And okay, we know you could be over the top, we know you could be big and all this kind of stuff, but like now your content is going to matter more than your production. And if G4's case, that's if they decide to come back. So
yeah, you want to see something funny? And like I think like 10, well maybe not 10, but at least like 7 or 8 years ago, I made a Facebook page. Like I was just gonna get in on the whole meme craze and just share memes and shit. And never went anywhere. You know, I only did it for like a couple weeks. But look at what it was called. Can you see on the screen?
It's Kind of Funny.
I want them royalties, bitch.
Hey man, tell the people, give me your money, baby.
I was like, let's see, when was this? Oh, 2017. So I guess it's only 5 years ago.
Oh,
but yeah, that's funny. So yeah, I approved the name. I think it's a dope name.
Yeah, the show is Kind of Funny, and then like I said, I've been a fan of Greg Miller for a while though. Like even when he had his Up at Noon show, and it used to be another show where they were in the kitchen. I can't remember it. What was it, Dustin? Did we talk about this before?
They were in the kitchen.
They were not the kitchen. They were in a
It was a Greg Miller show or a G4 show.
It wasn't G4. It was just a talk show. It was like they were talking, and they were in like a break room or something like that. It was a break room. So it was a gaming talk show, but they were like in a break room. Like that's how small it was. It was.
Yeah, this is gonna be hard to find, but
yeah.
I can't think.
It wasn't the kitchen. It was a break room. I'm sorry, it wasn't the kitchen. It was a break room. But like they literally did, they did like 20-something episodes from the break room.
Oh yeah. No. I think I know what
you're talking about.
It wasn't Attack of the Show, right? I know.
It was. Oh boy, was in it. The guys, the one with he has a funny voice, short, bald, kind of bald with the
Adam
beard.
Sessler.
Yeah. Adam. It was Adam and 2 or 3 other people that was on that.
Yeah, it wasn't X Play, but it was something else. They showed it. They were still doing it up until the stop. I watched it, but I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, that was a good show.
But I watched every episode when it came out, and it wasn't crazy, nothing. They just talked about some stuff. They would throw a couple graphics up and kick it about games, but it was so good. And I remember watching it and loving it. So, shit. I hope G4 comes back, and I hope they come back in a way that's actually like productive. Gosh, look at Sessler. That's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder. I think her name was Morgan, right? I wonder what she's doing.
It was somebody. It was him, her, and one other person.
Her name Morgan? Yeah, Morgan Webb.
Yeah.
I'm curious what she's doing now. Is there X Play? More X Play?
In a Marvel movie.
Yeah, taken after Olivia Munn.
So she's blogging.
2 videos posted with Mr. Wilver's patch. Discussion with Blizzard. All right, it looks like. Oh, played a minor role in Bull. It looks like she's not doing much, to be honest. That was in 2017. I hope she's doing well.
Me too.
She deserves it.
Morgan, we hope you're doing well.
Cool. Yeah. So if we hear anything about why they went under, I don't think we're gonna get much more news. This will probably be the end.
Oh man.
But man,
Damn, that sucks. I don't
it
want game
sucks
shows to
too.
go away. It's
Especially
about video games. Yeah.
especially after I found out they had a channel in Pluto and like I could just like click it on and
And watch it.
didn't even have to go on their YouTube, just like turn the channel on and fucking yeah. Bummer.
Mm.
All right. So the last thing is the Strive crossplay and the Exerd rollback. I don't think there's much to say about the Exerd rollback, right? Because it just probably works and it works great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I haven't played it. I've played Exerd. I've not played it with the delay or the rollback base net code. Um, yeah. So I'm glad that's doing well. But the crossplay on Guilty Gear Strive. Now you said um, it wasn't doing well. Let's just look at the crossplay beta gets delayed. Beta kicks off. Yep. Gets delayed. Nope, that's not it.
So I got one of my buddies. They said the crossfit beta was a nightmare. Consistent matches with 200 plus MS, and then a 5 to 13 rollback. But if you go back to the actual
Ooh,
game,
damn, 5 to 13.
5 to 13 rollback. But if you go back to
Yeah, that's
just the actual
bad.
game with that's not crossplay, then it goes back to no higher than two rollback and 15 to 40 MS.
Yeah,
So
which is basically normal.
right. So the 13 that's jeez boy, that's pretty high, man. That's pretty high.
Yeah, I know this is here's an Event Hubs article. Cross felt buttery smooth, only a few minor hitches on PC, but I blame that on not optimizing my graphics. All right, so now I will say, even though this guy is saying, I don't think he's going to say it's bad. However, can't speak on this being fixed, so something was happening to some people. But okay, I did watch a little bit of someone streaming it on Twitch. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Giuna, or no, I think it was Sajam, and he was saying that I caught him saying that what was saying was the rollback frames was not accurate, and I remember it being like 2 or 3 frames of rollback, and him saying like that it's more than that. So, not only what was your buddy getting, like it was telling him, some people it wasn't telling them that it was, but he was saying it is blatantly a lot higher than like
It's
two or
rough,
three.
bro.
So,
It's rough.
yeah. So,
But
hopefully they'll
they needed
fix it.
that. They needed that. Yeah, they needed
Exactly.
that
It's the
info.
reason for it, and it's not
Yeah.
like it's delaying. Now, this shit is a disaster if, say, the game wasn't out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they were dead set on launching it with crossplay. Then
Yeah.
that shit gets pushed back. But we already got a game to play. There's still plenty of people playing it. Crossplay
Right.
is nice,
Right.
but
It makes sense.
the game's not nearly at the point where it needs crossplay to stay alive. Strive's gonna be good for
Absolutely.
the next year or two, even if it
Absolutely.
never got crossplay. So
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world. It's a bummer. Some people didn't work. It's a bummer. It's laggy, but they'll figure it out. You know what I mean? At least
Strive is yeah. You're right. It's heavy right now.
I feel like this is a W as long as people got to connect and play. Like lag aside and rollback aside, they got to connect and play, and that is a start. That is a really solid start. So yeah, hopefully they'll get out the kinks worked out, and I have all the faith in the world that they will. So, um, it's possible because fucking Street Fighter 6 has
Yeah, man.
rollback and crossplay. So,
Yep.
and that ran great through the beta when I played it. So.
I did not hear a lot of complaints about 6. Like people's like, damn, y'all found these combos that are broken already. But I literally and I scoured the internet looking for people to complain, but it is overwhelmingly been a positive experience for a lot of people. Obviously not perfect, but people are really like, yo, nah, son, this game about to be
Yeah,
fire.
absolutely. I haven't found a single person that said like, and the worst you hear is they're like, yeah, it's really cool as a Street Fighter game, and I don't really play them, and that's the worst.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
it looks pretty dope, and it was kind of fun. I don't think I'll play it, but I think it's dope. So
Which bodes very well for I think the longevity of Street Fighter. And we already know Street Fighter games come out and they're here for at least 5 years. So the fact that it's coming out 23, I think we're gonna be in really good hands at least till 28 in this time around, which is really good for the fighting game and the FGC in general. You know what I'm saying?
yep, 100%.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we'll give updates as they come out, but yeah, I think that's it. You got anything else? you can think
Nah, that
of?
was it, man. Excited about new stuff on the horizon. I'm working on a few other things besides being at the Nerdvana. I think that's gonna be awesome to be a part of. But I'm also, like I said, we working to try to get things back rocking with AGN and make sure we get everybody at home to compete and practice and have fun and like start running parties and different events. And when I reopen the store, I'll be able to do a lot more stuff as far as like opening opening up for a special event or doing Mario Kart tournaments and stuff. There are a lot of stuff that I want to do that I haven't been able to do because of the restrictions here at the college. So I look
Absolutely.
forward to that too, man. And
Mario
just
Kart tournament, huh?
yeah. Listen, it's crazy. We got like a group of people here in Rochester that play Mario Kart, pretty heavy.
Really?
One of them plays Smash too, but he's like, Chris, listen to me. If you ever run Mario Kart, let me know because I am going to be at that tournament. And I'm not. I'm going to bring everybody I know because I want this thing to do well. So, and then you got to think they released all these new tracks
Yep.
on Mario Kart, and they're not done yet. So, like, by the time I reopen, it could be a whole bunch of options. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, that'd be dope. I mean,
Yeah, man.
yeah, that's what's great about like running fighting game tournaments is like if you're running multiple games, especially like if people don't show up for that game, there's no harm in just like running it. You know,
Right.
it's not like you're buying setups for it. You know, if someone wants to run it, be like, if you can bring a setup for it, get someone else to bring a setup. Like, even if 5, 6, 7, 8 people show up, you still got a tournament. If people don't, it's not like you lost money because there's people there for other tournaments. So
That's a
you
fact.
can, that's what's great is you can give smaller games love, which you do, like all the time, just because it's like people show up, they show up. If they don't, it's not a big deal.
I'm
A
telling you,
couple
man.
people just get to play next to each other instead of online and stuff. So,
It's big. Like Dustin, I can't. Shit. You know how like just being in person, that energy is not the same as like just I'm
oh,
online.
absolutely.
It's a comfort zone, which is cool. But I want to have that like we coming out like people look forward to practice sessions at my old store because they knew like we're gonna hang out, have a good time. Shit, he might throw some old tournaments up on the screen, all that type of stuff. And I really want to give that vibe back, and give people what they've been looking for. Our community deserves, I think, a home that for people that will appreciate them and not just look at them as a dollar sign. And that's something I try to always make sure I know that the FTC knows. Like, I fuck with y'all. I fuck with y'all heavy, and I'm glad that y'all fuck with me the way that y'all do because it allows us to have the relationship that we have. And I get to make sure that everybody, and myself included, feels like the FTC and the practices and AGN is the place that they need to be to grow as a player, to grow as a competitor, to grow as a person, and to just anything video games. Like I can't tell you how many tournaments and events we've had where like people go off on a whole nother tangent talking about Zelda or God of War or Dante's Inferno or some obscure game that only 3 people on the planet this side of the Mississippi knew what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that people can connect on that level, I think is it's really crucial for growing a FTC and having a consistent FTC. And I think the way things have been growing now, we definitely need a home for that. So that's one of my main focuses too, is to get things back rolling. I know they're talking about a recession that might be coming in the next 6 months, maybe.
Um.
So that is something that I'm looking out for too, D. Like just to be real with everybody. Like I want to see what that looks like, how that what I'm saying, how that affects everything, and
Yep.
um, I don't want to open the store in the middle of a recession.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
that would be the smartest thing. So I am watching closely to what the things that people are saying and what they're looking at. But if all signs point to go, then yeah, man, I will be back with our own location, starting probably somewhere like middle to late spring.
Well, yeah, and this is the place to get that update. That and Chris's Instagram and Facebook and
Oh yeah,
Patreon and all that. So
you should post a
stay
meme
tuned.
on it's fun. It's kind of funny before you
Yeah.
follow
Yeah.
it. I'm about to go follow it right now.
That would freak me out. It'd be like someone that passed away messaging you on Facebook. Like
Mm.
someone posted and it's kind of funny. I'd be like, "Whoa, it's fucking weird." Um, yeah. I think that's all of it. We more than like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I give it 50-50 odds that there's a show next week. Might just do it on the phone. And Chris's phone, kind of look like this. Do you have headphones for your phone?
Uh, these are all USB ends, so I
Yeah.
could find I'll go buy some
I mean, a cheap
twenty
pair
twenty
with a
dollar iPhone.
microphone.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we can
that
do
won't be an
that.
issue.
But yeah, so you'll either see us if you don't. Tuesday I'll try to stream something. Oh, before I go, yeah, I went to stream a Scorn, which is this new game. It's like a first person game that has like the HR Geeker style, which is like the Aliens movies and stuff that kind of fucked
Mm-hmm.
up style. I started playing it and then I realized real quick it's almost no combat and it's almost all puzzle. And I was like,
Oh.
I wasn't feeling a puzzle game at the moment, and I was like, sorry guys, I can't. I don't want to play a
Uh,
puzzle. And then I played Stripe for a little bit on stream. He's kind of fun, but he's an assassin. He's kind of harder to play. But anyway, so anyone that
okay.
saw that on that day that I was streaming, my bad for only streaming for like 30 minutes. Scoring wasn't what I thought it was, and I didn't feel like playing a puzzle game. So
Hey, man, it's like that sometimes.
it happens. It happens.
Where
So
is your
yeah,
page? I'm trying to find it.
I don't even know if you could find it at this point. No one ever posted. I think I might have posted one meme, but when I just clicked on it, I didn't even see that one meme. So maybe I just didn't ever.
Oh
But
man. Send me the link. I'm about to follow it and post in it.
yeah, apparently I never did. I just put the profile picture. I could have swore I put a couple of memes in here, but I guess
Justin.
not. Man, I must have been on something. Why did I think this was the? It's not even a good cutout job. Did I do that? Anyways, yeah. So possible show next Tuesday
Bro, it
or
was 5 years ago. Give
whenever.
yourself some grace.
Yeah, God, I'm embarrassed because I was hoping to be longer than that. But oh fuck, I can't sue him now. I had to get It's Kind of Funny with 2 Y's. Shit,
Mm,
damn. Now I'm in that
look what you did.
under pressure vanilla ice bullshit. No, it's a little different. See, there's 2 Y's. Yeah. All right, so that's gonna do it for us. I will get this up within the next couple of days. I got a cousin's wedding this weekend, so I definitely got to get it up for the weekend. So if you are watching this on YouTube, remember like, comment, subscribe. It helps us. I see you guys commenting on that, and shooting a like every week, and I really appreciate that. It makes me smile. Makes me
Right.
want to keep doing the show. Um, yeah, and I think that's the plan. We're gonna keep doing the show.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're gonna work on getting Chris a computer so we can do even more stuff with the show. So
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We out here.
thank everyone for watching, and we will probably see you next week. And peace.
Peace.